So I had my first 8 a.m. class my junior year in college. And having not had one of those before in college and not being a morning person, I like to milk every moment of that morning you can. So I was up at 7:45 and at school in my seat by 8. Alive, yes. Awake, probably not. And attentive, definitely not. And it all worked out though. Like I was in the room, that's all you had to be, right? And it worked until my neighbor got a dog. And I love dogs. Like we grew up with dogs. I had 2 in a house at a time. They become family members. I was a part of naming a few of them. And we had this little puppy Coco when I was in middle school. And I spent the first night with her in the kitchen. And I cuddled with her and made her feel home. And she shit everywhere. And I stepped in it. But I didn't care because I love dogs. Like I love dogs. I love dogs. If you forget that I love dogs when I go into the next half here, you're gonna hate me. So just remember I love dogs. My neighbor's house, we live up in a hill, and I'm up in a farmhouse. I live in the room was in the attic, and the windows are a bit lower to the ground, and through my attic window is my neighbor's backyard. And his backyard is a lot like an amphitheater. He has a backyard carved out into the hill, but then the rest of the noise in his backyard just fires up into my window. Just everything that goes on, it's coming my way. And my neighbor didn't care about my 7:45 wake up. He liked to get up at 6:30 and let his dog out. But see, his dog would do a run of the yard, and then he'd gear himself up. And he'd put his paws down, and he'd stare at the door that just gave him his freedom. It was non-stop. This dog was relentless. It would not give in. And I'm just, what is happening? I wake up, and you just stare at the window, and you see this dog, and it's a dog's bark, I get that, but not. I just can't get over this. And it's in the morning, it's at night. A neighbor gets home 5:30, lets the dog out, and again, it doesn't end. And nobody else in the neighborhood apparently has a problem with it, because every morning the dog does it for about 15 minutes. Can you just, we'll wait that long. And the dog, it's endless. And I try everything to stop hearing this noise. I wear headphones at night. I put pillows against the window. I put foam up there. I wake up to static noise because that is better than listening to this constant rhythmic like dog, like keeping time. He's like a living metronome, just And I get home this one night and I know it's coming, but I want to stand my ground. Like, this dog's not kicking me out of my house. Like, this is where I live. And I go upstairs. I know it's coming. I'm watching the clock tick to 5:30. And it hits. The dog goes outside, and you know what he does. I have to do it again. and he sits there, and keeps barking, and my anxiety is just building, and I'm becoming that. If you can imagine that thermostat that fills up as you're getting your funding goal, like just filling with red, like it's just growing and growing, and it's gonna burst. Whatever the goal is, I didn't know what it was gonna happen, but it was gonna happen. And it keeps happening and happening. And I'm just filling it, and you're probably annoyed just as much as I was. And he keeps going, and nobody is doing anything. And this is weeks and months of this happening. And I just blow up. I'm pacing, and I get down on all fours, and I go over to the window, and I throw it up, and I sit there. And now I'm barking at this dog. I have become the dog. Everything that I hated about him, I owned and I projected it. And I'm sure that there's a great rap to that, a psychological rap, but I don't know what it is, and I don't care about thinking about it, because all I care about is the next morning I woke up and I didn't hear anything.